I have found myself with a newfound addiction, and it is really bad. The addiction is claw machines, which is probably a weird one for you to hear, but I am addicted to these things. I don't know why. I bought games so I can replicate them and not spend all my money. I do it in real life. I spend money on them. I don't think I've won anything in like a good while.
Yo, cut that out. We don't need that.
I watch crane game YouTubers. I'm just a full-blown addict. So I want to see if I could somehow combine Pokemon with a claw machine. And that's what I did, but I wanted to draw it. I didn't really know how to pick the Pokemon, so to speak. So what I did is went onto Pokemon Sword and Shield and did Dynamax Adventures. Just solely because they have high shiny rates. So what I did was, at the end of every Dynamax Adventure, you have an option to pick one of 4 Pokemon. So what I did was, I picked one Pokemon from every time I did a Dynamax Adventure, kept a list of them, and then drew them individually, and then at the end put them into a claw machine, so it looks like all the Pokemon are plushies. And I wanted to have the shiny Pokemon being caught, like picked up in the crane. So that's what happened. That's what I did. So to start off this project, you actually need a claw machine. So that's what I drew first. And then I realised I cannot draw 3D shapes for the life of me. It looks a bit off, but as long as it's got a base, it's fine. So this should work, and I hopefully didn't make it look awful. But now we've got the base, we actually need something to stock the machine. We actually need something in there. First one I drew was Crustle, because I love Crustle. Why not? I think this is the first one I actually took from Dynamax Adventures as well. These all split up between different days, and I think I drew this like 20 minutes after playing Dynamax Adventures. For a lot of these, I did use the actual real-life plushies, because that's what I'm going for, and the reference is there for the taking. Second one I drew was Lantern. Lantern was very easy, because it's just like a weird blob with yellow. I don't know if I like this or not. The shape feels off for absolutely no reason. Third one I drew was Jigglypuff. Everything about this is awful apart from the hair. I've somehow made this thing look like something out of a nightmare. I would not like to see this ever again. Celio, I made the head too small somehow, but it makes him look even better than he normally does. I was tempted to lift the head up a little bit more, but I saw how stupid he looks and said, no, I'm keeping like this. This is like the Golbat situation all over again. Raichu, this was my favourite one out of everyone I did. I've made the head a little bit one-sided, but other than that, I really like how this turned out. Probably my favourite drawing I've done out of the 11, I think. Yeah, it is 11. Out of the 11 drawings I've done, this is my favourite by far. Crocodile, absolute catastrophe. Although it somehow worked. I did try and draw it from the back before, and it completely didn't work. Because the arms are weird from the back, and the tail. You can't really draw a tail in like 2D when it's facing towards the camera, unless you have it like curled around. Shinotic was easy, because I just wanted the top of the mushroom and nothing else. That's all I wanted, so this was the easiest and quickest. Ivysaur, it feels like a disaster, but when it's in the claw machine, it doesn't look that bad. Probably because the colours stand out and you can't see the face. It still looks alright though. Pangoro, I've made this one look a bit too smug, but you can tell what Pangoro is. It still feels off though. I think it's because Pangoro is usually like a massive towering unit, and now he's like this. Probably made the head a little bit too big. Galvantula. Again, something was off with Galvantula. I think it's because the body, it's one body, but it has a head, but the head's not separate, it's still the body. I don't know how they did it, but it like curves in, but it also doesn't. But other than that, this was pretty easy, and I still like how this one turned out. Palpitoad, hate this drawing with all my heart. Something's just off about Palpitoad. I think it's because it doesn't have arms. Like every other Pokemon has some sort of arms or fins, this one just doesn't. Now it's time to fill up the machine. I tried to make it look like it's full of prizes. It wasn't that easy. Although I think it did come out pretty well. I like how I have the Galvantula on the ceiling, it gives a bit more personality. You can see like with the Jigglypuff and that lot, I tried to bury it as much as possible because it looks awful. I tried to colour it like the Dynamax colours. Here it is, the claw machine full of all the Pokemon I drew. Took 11 drawings and then the claw as a base, so 12 drawings and 7-ish hours give or take. I don't know if I like the pattern I did on it, but I can always just change that later. But thank you all for watching, I've had a lot of fun with this project, and let me know if you want any more.